Okay, we're at Casa Tabares. I'll give you some more information about the location later. This is their lunch buffet. Looks like we've got some tater tots with cheese and chicken fajitas, taquitos, and like taco meat. I'll check some of this stuff out later and find out for sure what it is. Chile Colorado, Chile Verde. Enchiladas. And that looks like Chile Rellenos. Beans and rice. Gotta have beans and rice. Menudo. People who love menudo really love menudo. And some people are just like, nah. All of the stuff to put on your menudo. Oh my goodness, is that ceviche? With the little tostada shells to go with it. Jello shots. Or probably just jello. It's a lunch buffet. And some fruit. And some sort of sweets. I'll taste that later on. And we'll talk about it. We've got caliche sauce. Tapatio. And the salsa huichol, I think is how that's pronounced. See that around a lot at the taco trucks. Good stuff. Well, I'm gonna load up a plate of stuff and get right back with you. So, first we're gonna try some menudo. Now I've been eating menudo for a long time. Kat, she likes the broth. It's got good flavor if it's made right. And I'll let you know right now. Okay. Good menudo. She can't stand the texture of the tripe. Now notice when I got a ladle full of this, that it's not just the stomach lining part of the tripe. It's got meat in it too, which you don't usually see in menudo. There is fibrous meat, not just the tripe. We got the onions, the chopped onions, the cilantro. Let's get a picture. Oh, I need to get closer than that. There we go. Try to get it out of the shadow. The light's not real strong in here. So you've got the chopped onions, the chopped cilantro, the crushed red chili peppers, and the dried oregano. Mix that up a little bit. There. Got your chips, of course. And there's actually some Mexican restaurants that are starting to charge for chips. And then if you want more chips, there's an extra charge. You can't do that. Those crushed red peppers add quite a bit of heat. It depends on how much you put on there. I got here kind of early. I'm the only one in the place. Got some beans. Absolutely creamy. There's no whole beans left. Good flavor. There's a lot of different ways of doing things. I like that. Iced tea, you can tell already by how clear it is, it's going to be good. Okay? Corn tortillas. You have a choice, you can get flour. Easy now. And we'll try out this salsa. It looks hot. If you don't like hot food, leave that salsa alone. Have some menudo, don't put any chili peppers in it, you'll be fine. I'm gonna go see what else we got over here, and I'll get back with you. For some of you gringos out there that haven't tried ceviche, raw fish. Technically, it's straddling a line. It hasn't been cooked with heat. It's been cooked with the acids in the lemon and lime juice. You take raw seafood, all different kinds, and some are better than others for this method, but you take raw seafood, rinse it nice and clean, soak it in lemon and lime juice overnight in the refrigerator, and then make a salsa around it. Now, I like to put mayonnaise on my little tostada shell here, but it's not necessary. Some places you do, some places you don't. I was introduced to that by what was the name of the place? Los Arcos restaurant in Mexicali, right across the street from the Bull Ring. But you've got a variety of your different veggies and onions and looks like cucumbers and raw fish. There's some imitation crab in there, shrimp, it's nicely seasoned. Because after you soak the fish overnight in the lemon and lime juice, then you drain that off and you rinse it. Put some fresh lemon and lime juice back into the mix. I've had this so many different ways. I make mine with a little bit of V8 juice to give it a more of a saucy texture. This is good. If it was just for me, I'd put some jalapenos or serranos in there. Just a little. Doesn't need a lot. but if other people are going to be eating it, you got to ease up on that. Kat could eat that. She would like it too. She says I make the best ceviche she's ever had, but I've had some that were better than mine. And we're ready to go get a plate. Cheese enchilada and red sauce. Chile Relleno. It's a big stuffed chili. Stuffed with cheese, battered, fried with a sauce on it. And it's big, but the peppers they make this out of are really big. So this is only half of a pepper. They made a whole relleno. Relleno means stuffed. Excuse me. And then, you know, cut the whole thing in half. I love chili rellenos. If it's done right, some of the best. There, look at all that cheese. There, look at all that cheese. And it looks like it's been put under the broiler to give a little toasted effect to the cheese on the top. Cheese in the middle is all melted. And you've got a poblano, usually a poblano, sometimes an Anaheim chili stuffed with cheese. And the rice is basic. It's not all fancied up with all the vegetables and everything, but it's good. And the beans, I think the beans in a little bowl that I showed you before were like for a dip, for your chips. In the hot area, you've got beans, and they're not completely mashed. You've got whole beans in there. Refried beans. Cheese enchilada. Like the Chile Relleno, the sauce has got good flavor, but it's not hot. Melted cheese in the middle. I think on this plate here, the Relleno's got to be my favorite though. That's good. I talked to the owner. That's why he's got the hot sauce bottles on the side and the hot salsa there. And not putting a lot of heat into the food. That way everybody can have some. Because there are really a lot of people that just can't do the hot stuff. I feel sorry for them. They're missing out on a lot. But the reason when they make a Relleno, it's a big, mild pepper. There's no heat in the pepper, just flavor. That's good. I use an Anaheim or a poblano pepper because they're exceptionally mild. try that bean dip as a dip. I think that's the way they meant it. You've got completely smooth beans, no whole beans left at all. And you've got more traditional, got less cheese on there. More traditional refried beans with a lot of whole beans left. Now, when I get iced tea, which I do, I always ask for lemons on the side. I like lemons. I don't like them in the tea. When I drink tea, I want it to just be straight up tea. Hot tea, I might put some honey in sometimes, but usually not. But I love lemons. Okay, don't want to get too much of any one thing, because I want to try everything. And if I got too much, you know how it goes. So anyway, we've got, okay, wait, I think this is Birria. Is this Birria?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. Birria. And if you've watched my other videos, you know I've been saying Birria for a long time. I learned Birria. Very tasty and tender. Potatoes. In the light over there, I thought these were tater tots. They're not. Potatoes. Chicken fajitas, a taquito, and a half a burrito. Taquito. Doesn't look like it came out of a box frozen. Get a little birria. I think that's shredded chicken. It's tasty. Birria is a slow-cooked beef in a red sauce. Quite often pretty hot. Not always. Personally, chicken breast is not my favorite part of the chicken. I prefer thigh or leg. But you're rarely going to see that in fajitas. It's almost always chicken breast. And if it's done right, not overcooked, it's still juicy. It's really easy to make a dry chicken breast. Again, not a lot of heat, or not any heat, because he's letting you put your own heat on later. It's beans and rice. I love a fried flour tortilla bowl. So far, so good. To me, Chile Verde makes or breaks a restaurant. Because I've had some that are so good, it's ridiculous. Starting to get a little more crowded and noisy in here, so I'll get right back with you. Chile Verde, Chile Colorado. Colorado is the red, Verde, of course, since that means green in Spanish, would be the green chili. One of my favorites. Okay. Oh, and the Chile Colorado is usually beef. Chile Verde is usually pork. Very tender. Not hot. But it's got good flavor. Now, if the restaurant isn't making everything hot, but they make one thing hot, it's usually going to be the Chile Verde, because it's real easy to put jalapenos in there. Just the tiniest little bit of heat. Tiny, tiny, tiny cat could eat that. It has some discernible heat in it, but not enough to concern yourself with. If cat could eat it, which I would tell her, yeah, that's okay. Not bad, not bad. It's all about the tomatillo. So, there we have it. The buffet at Casa Tabares. Tabares, Tabares. It's on Bakersfield, just north of Maine. The buffet is from 10 to 2 weekdays. Then they have a big buffet on Sunday with a lot more stuff. I forget what the price is on this one, but the Sunday buffet is $20 a person. And for Kat, you see, Kat has had the surgery on her stomach. It's about the size of your thumb. She don't eat much. A straight up buffet doesn't do anything for her. She can't even taste one bite of all the different things that she wants to try. But I asked the owner here, nice guy, and he'll come and talk to you, and, you know, answer questions and all that. If you come to the buffet and you're not like a buffet type eater, you can order off the menu. Weekdays and Sunday. So if Kat and I were to come here for Sunday, I could get the Sunday buffet brunch, and she can order off the menu. That way she's going to have leftovers, and she can take them home. No leftovers from a buffet. Okay. I screwed up. I'll admit it. I didn't turn the camera on. When the camera was on, I was looking at myself on the screen right there. But I didn't push the record button. But anyway, the little flat thing under the plastic cover that I showed you on the dessert tray, it was flan. Flan, I've seen it made 100 different ways. I have my favorites, but it's a custard. See, it was right here. I'm not going to eat another one. I'm full. I don't need it. You guys know what flan is, right? It's a custard. There's two layers. There's a custard on top of like a bread pudding with a sauce. Very sweet, very tasty. Like I said, I've seen it 100 different ways. Never once did I not like it. Flan is good. And they had also melons and jello. I know what melons are like. I know what jello is like. I'm full. I'm not eating anymore. Okay. That bean dip was pretty good. But I gotta call it off. Probably not gonna eat again the rest of the day, and it's only noon. But I wanted to taste everything. Good job, Casa Tabares. 10 to 2. Weekdays. I don't know when the Sunday brunch one starts. Probably 10. But I'm sure it's really good too. What am I doing?